This year, 9 out of 10 restaurants in Kuzhou have closed, and the remaining one is on the verge of collapse. The market this year is horrible. A few days ago, a friend of mine had his wife run away with someone else and move out of town. She returned yesterday. When I asked him how she got back, he said it was even harder out there. One transfer, 2 transfers, 3, 4, 5, and 1 transfer inside. This one location has already seen 3 restaurants change hands in just 6 months. By June 2025, nearly 1.9 million restaurants have closed, 1.5 times the number from last year and the year before. By the end of September, another wave of restaurants will be vacant. If you think the restaurant business is easy right now, just ask the delivery guy and you'll know. The Chinese Communist Party government recently introduced new Social Security regulations requiring all businesses to contribute to Social Security for their employees. This has directly impacted small and medium-sized enterprises, with many owners complaining they can't sustain it. The employment difficulties faced by young people are even worse. In this episode, let's discuss the impact of new Social Security regulations. But before we do, we would like to invite you to subscribe. Your support is our greatest motivation and allows us to bring you more valuable content. Now, moving on. Some netizen said, "Stop pushing me. If you really push me to the brink, you'll get nothing. I'm so desperate now. I'm even thinking about selling my blood to pay it back. I don't have the courage to live anymore. I was born in 1995. I'm 30 years old. I'm nearly 470,000 in debt. My factory closed down. My house is mortgaged. Even my husband of 10 years has chosen to divorce me. I've been working since I was 16. I've gone from having nothing to being heavily in debt. God knows that I've been working so hard every year, but I've been getting worse and worse." Look, this one's closed and this one's closed too. See? I'll pan the camera around for you. Look, there are a lot of real economy businesses on this street that closed just after the opening. I'm broke. Congratulations, everyone. I'm finally free. I can't go on. I'm leaving now. You guys keep going. I've been in the restaurant business for 10 years. I came here full of confidence before the new year. I spent $18,000 on the transfer fee, but now I can't even sell it. What's going on this year? It's so tough. Should I keep going? Before May, there was no JD takeout. Back then, dine-in was okay and I could hold on. Now staff in the business buildings won't come down to eat. I can't compete with takeout from brand-name restaurants, and dine-in is completely dead now. Today, I heard a restaurant owner say that if their location is bad, they can't survive. If their location is good, but the rent is high, they still can't survive. If their food isn't delicious, they will. If their food is delicious, but the service is slow, they'll still close. If their prices are high and no one comes, they'll close. If their prices are low and they don't make money, they'll still close. If their renovations are too expensive or too cheap, they'll still close. If they don't have new products for a long time, they'll close. If they can't operate a food delivery platform, they'll close. If their operating group offers free food promotion too aggressively and attracts a lot of people to take advantage of them, they still can't survive. Even if parking is difficult right in front of their door, the business will close. Oh, my head is buzzing. I feel both sympathy and fun. Businesses are going bankrupt in so many different ways these days, like 100 flowers to bloom. September 1st. Okay, the boss can pay your Social Security but deduct it from your salary. My monthly salary was just under $487, a little over $473, and then $208 was deducted for Social Security. After that, I was left with about $264, so I quit. That's basically what it meant. The boss said either deduct it from your salary or you can voluntarily resign. And don't say I fired you. You resigned voluntarily, understand? I filled out the form today. How many other people are in the same boat? Are you still working? A friend told me that his company went bankrupt when he woke up. The new Social Security regulations, coupled with the already challenging economic climate this year, completely devastated his boss. He said he woke up this morning and didn't have a shift. So everyone, take advantage of your opportunities to work. Come on, go.
你们珍惜你们上班的机会吧，加油！
I hadn't been to Shanghai since September 1st. This is near Zhangsheng Hospital in the Civil Aviation District. When I walked over here today, I was shocked to see that every storefront on the street was closed because it's unoccupied. I wonder if it's the current economic situation or if it's the situation on September 1st that made everyone feel like they'd given up.
感觉到都放弃了。
半年时间过去了。
Half a year has passed, and everyone seems to have woken up from their dreams. The failure rate for newly opened restaurants in 2025 exceeded 90%, with new businesses closing within 3 months a common occurrence. In reality, the long lines at many popular online restaurants are simply a facade created by capital to reap the money of franchises. These franchises, however, are the clueless ones who only like to scroll their phones. They use their lifelong savings to start businesses, only to lose everything.
最后血本无归。
我的烧烤店要倒闭了。
My barbecue restaurant is closing. I bought it in April. The transfer fee was $7,000 and the rent was $450. 1 month free rent and 3 months fee as the deposit. I paid a total of $8,700. I saved this money by frugal living over the past 6 years. These tens of thousands of dollars might not seem like much to many people, but for my mother who has stayed home with her child for 6 years without any income, it's incredibly difficult.
孩子没有一分收入的宝妈来说，真的是很难很难的。
Starting September 1st, 2025, the new Social Security regulations implemented by the Chinese Communist Party will officially take effect. All companies must contribute to Social Security for their employees, including pension insurance, medical insurance, unemployment insurance, work-related injury insurance, and maternity insurance. When the new regulations come out, many restaurant owners are furious. A Beijing bun shop owner told the media that he has 5 employees. Based on the minimum base rate, he needs to pay at least $272 in Social Security contributions for each one each month, which works out to nearly $1,400 for 5 employees. No small amount. Zhang Hua plans to close his restaurant after his lease expires at the end of October, saying frankly that the pressure from the policy is simply unbearable. A fast food restaurant owner in Guangzhou with 6 employees is similarly feeling the pinch as he faces an additional monthly Social Security payment of over $835. Another breakfast shop owner with 2 employees faces an additional monthly Social Security payment of $556, resulting in a 1/3 reduction in profits. She sighed, saying that this business is truly exhausting. Many restaurant owners have also posted videos online complaining about their situation. One owner said, "It's over. The sky has fallen on the restaurant industry. What should restaurant owners do? I just want to ask everyone, do we need Social Security, or does Social Security need us?" It's over. The sky has fallen on restaurants. What are restaurant owners supposed to do? I think a closed loop has formed. Oh my goodness, the Supreme Court has clearly stipulated that self-employed business owners must pay Social Security contributions to their employees. Even if the employees refuse, that's illegal. If they get bitten back, then congratulations. The door to your family's destruction opens wide. I want to ask everyone, do we need Social Security, or does Social Security need us? I lived 34 years without paying into it for no other reason. Whether I worked or opened a restaurant, I barely made enough money to even afford bread. Who's going to help us submit about Social Security? It's over. Before everyone can contribute to Social Security, parents are already going crazy. The restaurant industry has been in turmoil recently. First, the alcohol ban implemented in May significantly reduced business dining, forcing even 5-star hotels to resort to outdoor stalls. Then, in July, came the frenzied competition among food delivery platforms. Although our order volume increased, we weren't making any money. Now there's another piece of news. New Social Security regulations will be mandatory starting September 1st. This is undoubtedly a double whammy for small and medium-sized restaurant owners. If we want to stay in business, we must address the Social Security issue. Is this really going to be the worst year yet for the restaurant industry? The new Social Security regulations have impacted not only the restaurant industry, but also many brick-and-mortar businesses. One blogger on the mainland internet stated that the implementation on September 1st will make things even worse for all brick-and-mortar businesses and will inevitably accelerate the wave of store closures. I believe that after this new regulation officially takes effect, many brick-and-mortar stores and business owners will face closure as they simply can't sustain it.
一家经营了37年，巅峰时期有2000。
Shindal Electric, a long-established factory in Shenzhen, has operated for 37 years and employed over 2,000 people at its peak, suddenly announced its dissolution. The reason is straightforward. The company has been suffering losses for several years, and despite its efforts, could no longer generate profit, so it closed down.
所以停业了。
新闻都看了吧？
A giant foreign company employing tens of thousands of people has vanished without a trace. Tianhong Technology in Songshan Lake, Dongguan officially announced its dissolution on July 1st, terminating all employees' contracts. Founded in 2004, this established foreign IT company was once incredibly successful, ranked among the top 10 globally, and renowned for its excellent benefits. It was the dream company of many workers. Even more remarkable was their commitment to hiring people with disabilities, earning them an excellent reputation within the industry. Most impressively, even at this point in the company's dissolution, they treated their employees with respect, paying them every penny of their N+3 compensation.
N 加上的赔偿金1分。
You see, everything was working fine yesterday, but today everything's gone. The boss is gone. The boss is gone.
我跟你们说，
I told you our factory went bankrupt because of us. If you don't believe me, take another look. Not a single person is working. Everyone is waiting to be paid.
工资嘞，
我预感今年9月份之后，
I have a feeling that after September of this year, a large number of clothing stores will simply close down and go bankrupt. Most clothing stores won't be able to survive this wave of Social Security payments. Many are truly struggling on the brink of collapse. Providing Social Security to employees will be difficult for them to bear. It sounds like a small amount, just over $140, but it could actually be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Many are hesitant, but with the last push, they'll give up. Furthermore, those working in clothing stores may see a significant drop in income after September. This drop means that the remaining store owners may reduce wages to cover Social Security payments.
降低的工资，以此去缴纳社保。
This night market was bustling for a few days, but before the summer vacation was even over, it was over and completely shut down.
全关掉了。
朋友们，今年酒店行业要出大事了。
Hey friends, the hotel industry is going to be in big trouble this year. A hotel tycoon said that more than half of all hotels will go bankrupt by September. Why is he saying that? July and August is traditionally the peak season for hotels, but these past 2 months have been much worse than in previous years. So why are people still holding on? They are just trying to get through those 2 months first. But once July and August are over and September arrives, there's going to be a stampede of hotel sales. What does that mean? A large number of hotels will go bankrupt and the transfers won't even cost money.
转让都不要钱。
With no orders, the chill of the manufacturing industry has finally reached Jiangsu province, and even foreign-invested factories with hundreds of millions of yuan in investment have chosen to relocate.
外资工厂也选择了上岸。
球场失业村啊！
The stadium has become a jobless village. There are so many people, it's almost impossible to squeeze in.
挤都挤不通了。
广州没事做了，广州没事做了。
There's nothing to do in Guangzhou. There's nothing to do in Guangzhou. Lots of buses and more behind them, all heading home. They're all carrying bags and bags, waiting for the buses. Buses, all of them.
这全是的。
The bosses can't hold on, and the workers are connected and suffering too. Layoffs, pay cuts, and unemployment are everywhere. One netizen commented, "The first wave of people facing pay cuts and unemployment due to Social Security issues has arrived. In the end, the workers will be the ones hurt."
因社保政策面临失业了。
I'm facing unemployment due to Social Security policies. My boss called me into his office early this morning and told me to finish this month's work just 3 months after I started. He'll give me an additional half a month's pay. Starting September 1st, the company will be required to purchase Social Security, and my boss has decided to outsource the project. I can work part-time or I can take a $278 pay cut. The wool comes from the sheep, and the capital never operates at a loss. The company has only 2 full-time employees, and another full-time employee is his relative who doesn't have to work in the office. Plus, 3 part-time employees don't need to be paid Social Security. Before I started, they promised me an additional $111 monthly instead of paying the Social Security. I could have comfortably survived the year, but now that the government mandates Social Security, my boss has decided to outsource the project. Many small companies with only a few employees explicitly don't pay Social Security, and they make this clear before you start. Some netizens are asking, what's happening to our country's manufacturing factories? Take factories in Vietnam, for example. Their orders are already booked through May or June of next year. India's is even stunning, with orders booked through the end of next year. And a large number of workers can't even find jobs. They've finished moving here too. These are the return goods. They've all been moved away. Look, the computers have been taken away too. Look, everything has been taken away. Look, all the return goods have been moved away. Look, everything has been taken away. There were a few packages here, and a few that were there have all been taken away. Now there's nothing left. Look, all the computers over here have been moved away. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.